Hi guys, today we've just come out to the forward. We have a few jobs to do on the winches. We're gonna do adjustment of brake. I'm gonna show you in a while. The weather is pretty good here in South China Sea. It's sunny and the air is very fresh. As you can see behind the winches and the forward. And we're gonna have a look at the electromagnetic brake for one of them. Just now. So this is how the electromagnetic brake looks like. First we need to clean all the carbon deposits so it's easier for you to work on. The clearance is taken between the armature plate and the mounting flange. You need to make sure that the motor is disconnected from the windlass, from the anchor, so you can test it. As you can see, the armature plate is the one that moves. Brake lining gets free when the armature plate moves, and then you have the brake flange which has two sides. When we are running it, you can see the armature plate moves because the mounting flange gets energized, it becomes a magnet, and then it's pushed with springs when there is no power. This brake flange has two sides. One side is flat, which is side A that I'm marking. To remove the brake flange, first we need to tighten the emergency stop bolts that will push the armature plate against the springs, so your brake lining gets free and also the brake flange gets free. They are Allen bolts, you tighten them all the way and you can see the armature plates will be flat against the mounting flange. Once that is done, you can proceed to remove the nuts holding the brake flange. You loosen all of them and then it's possible to remove the brake flange. It can be easily pulled out by hand. On the other side you can see there is protrusion, that is side B. Now it's easy to remove the brake lining. You can check the brake lining thickness, and also the lining is held together by rivets. So a way of knowing if your brake lining can be used again is if it has reached the rivets. If it already reached rivets, you're gonna have damage on the armature flange and the brake flange, as it's gonna rub against the rivets instead of the brake lining. Make sure the surfaces are clean and smooth. The armature plate moves on these studs, so make sure all the surfaces are clean and it's free of carbon deposits. Also, you can pull out the armature plate and see the springs, the condition of springs, how they are. It's usually a good idea to blow everything by air so you don't have the springs getting stuck because of carbon. To move the armature plate, you loosen the Allen bolts again. You can see the springs now. You can see a small part of spring there. And then just blow everything with air. And then you can tighten the flange again. While you're tightening, you can also see if it's free to move or the plate is moving equally on all sides. Otherwise, you can remove the armature plate and also look at the springs. After this is done, you can put the brake lining back or exchange it depending on the condition. Then you put the brake flange on afterwards, making sure it's sitting perfectly on the studs. You tighten the brake flange. and you can take a clearance all around the armature plate to make sure it's not exceeding. Usually the clearance should be between 0.5 to 2 mm. You can loosen the emergency stop screws again, and you can test if everything is moving freely and equally on all sides. Thank you.